Welcome to my channel Rare Coins Shop, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're unlocking the story behind one of the most exciting modern coins in American numismatics, the 2007 Washington State Quarter from the United States Mint. And yes, you heard that right, this tiny, everyday coin could be worth a life-changing amount of money if you know what to look for. The 50 State Quarters program was launched to celebrate the unique identity of each U.S. state, and in 2007, the Washington Quarter was released to represent the evergreen beauty and iconic landmarks of the state of Washington. What appeared at first glance to be a regular circulating quarter turned out to hold some incredible secrets that today's collectors are eagerly searching for and paying thousands for at auctions. This coin features the majestic image of Mount Rainier in the background, proudly overlooking a leaping salmon, symbolizing Washington's rich natural beauty and ecological heritage. The design is not only artistic but patriotic, combining environmental significance with national pride. And at the top of the coin, the familiar words, United States of America, and E pluribus unum, give this quarter a place of honor in the world of modern coinage. But what really makes this 2007 Washington State Quarter so desirable isn't just its beautiful design, it's the hidden errors and rare variations that appeared during the minting process. These are the kinds of quirks that turn pocket change into treasure, and they are driving collectors wild with excitement. Whether you're a beginner in the world of numismatics or a seasoned pro, this coin has become one of the hottest topics in coin forums, auction houses, and collector circles all over the world. So what should you be looking for? First and foremost, this coin is known for its extremely rare minting errors, which significantly increase its value. One of the most famous is the double die error, where certain parts of the design appear doubled, most often in the lettering, such as the word Liberty, or in George Washington's profile. This happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, creating a visually stunning and unmistakable doubling effect. If you see this on your coin, do not ignore it. You could be holding a very rare specimen in your hand. Another rare and valuable error is the off-center strike, where the coin's design is not perfectly aligned and part of the design is missing or shifted to one side. These off-center errors are highly sought after, especially if the date is still visible. They are fascinating examples of minting mistakes and are often featured in professional coin auctions, fetching jaw-dropping prices from eager bidders. Also, keep an eye out for planchet errors, where the metal blank used to make the coin is flawed. Some 2007 Washington quarters were struck on the wrong type of planchet, such as one meant for another denomination or a foreign coin, resulting in coins that are lighter, heavier, or have a completely different tone or color. These mistakes are incredibly rare and extremely valuable to collectors who crave the unusual and unique. Now, how do you identify these valuable features? The key is close examination. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect the details of your quarter. Look for signs of doubling in the text or design, check the alignment of the strike, and feel the coin's edges to make sure everything looks and feels right. Sometimes, even the smallest variation can make a massive difference in value. If you suspect you have something special, consult a professional coin grading service. It might be the smartest decision you'll ever make. Collectors across the United States and even worldwide are actively seeking these rare 2007 quarters to add to their collections. Online marketplaces, coin shows, and auctions have seen rising demand for error coins from this release, and prices are climbing as more collectors learn about their rarity. This coin has become a shining star among modern quarters, with its beautiful design, limited mintage errors, and increasing scarcity in high grades. One notable example of this coin's potential was seen in a recent auction where a pristine 2007 Washington quarter with a dramatic double die and off-center strike, preserved in mint state condition, sold for a jaw-dropping $98,000. That's right, $98,000 for a single quarter. It's the kind of find that turns casual coin hunting into a life-changing discovery. And the best part? These coins are still out there, waiting to be found in coin jars, old rolls, or change from the store. So next time you're digging through your spare change or organizing your coin collection, don't overlook the humble 2007 Washington quarter. Pay attention to those tiny details, check for those rare mint errors, and who knows, you might be holding the next great rarity of American coinage. The thrill of the hunt is real, and the rewards can be unbelievable. If you've ever come across a 2007 Washington quarter with something unusual about it, we want to hear your story. Drop a comment below and tell us what you found, or share pictures if you think your coin might be special. And if you have questions about any other coins in your collection, feel free to ask. We love hearing from fellow collectors and treasure seekers like you. Second rare coin, we're diving into one of the most surprising and exciting discoveries in the world of American coins, the United States of America Kansas State Quarter from 2005. Don't be fooled by its ordinary look. This coin holds some astonishing secrets that could turn it from a common quarter into a valuable collectible worth thousands. So make sure you watch till the very end, because we're revealing a shocking value that will blow your mind. Released as part of the popular 50 State Quarters program, the 2005 Kansas Quarter was meant to celebrate the heartland of America, showcasing the state's proud agricultural heritage with a beautifully detailed image of a bison standing on the Kansas plains. Beneath it, the words "E pluribus unum" remind us of the unity that binds all states into one strong nation. But while the design itself is already a tribute to Kansas's identity, what has caught the attention of collectors across the country are the incredible errors that appeared during the minting process, errors that have transformed this coin into one of the most sought-after state quarters ever released. The most famous and talked-about variation of the 2005 Kansas quarter is what collectors lovingly refer to as the "In God We Trust" error. That's right, instead of the national motto, "In God We Trust," some of these coins were struck with a missing T in the word "trust," due to a buildup of grease or debris on the minting die. This led to thousands of coins being released into circulation with the phrase reading, "In God We Trust." This iconic error is not just amusing, it's incredibly valuable to collectors because of its rarity and the sheer uniqueness of the mistake. Every time one of these coins surfaces, it becomes a hot item among numismatists and error coin specialists. But that's not the only error that makes the 2005 Kansas quarter so valuable. There have also been reports of double die errors, where parts of the design, especially the lettering or the bison's head, appear doubled when closely inspected. This doubling is the result of a misalignment in the die used during the coin striking process and adds significant value to the coin, particularly when it's found in mint state or uncirculated condition. Coins with this kind of visible doubling are highly prized because they showcase a minting anomaly that's easy to spot and incredibly exciting to own. Another rare and profitable error to look for is the off-center strike, where the entire image of the quarter is shifted away from the center, resulting in a portion of the design being cut off while the rest is pushed toward the edge. Off-center Kansas quarters are not just rare, they're also visually striking, making them highly desirable among collectors who chase unusual and eye-catching pieces for their collections. The farther off-center the strike, the higher the potential value, especially if the date and essential design elements are still clearly visible. Now, you might be wondering, how do you know if your Kansas 2005 quarter is one of the rare and valuable ones? The first step is to closely inspect your coin. You can start with a magnifying glass or a coin loop and look carefully at the words, "In God We Trust," to check if the T is missing or faint, forming the famous, "In God We Trust" error. Pay attention to the edges of the coin, the details on the bison, and any strange marks or doubled features in the lettering. If something looks off, don't toss it aside. You might be holding a rare treasure without even knowing it. Professional coin grading and authentication services can also help you determine the true value of your coin. Submitting your Kansas quarter to be graded by a reputable service such as PCGS or NGC can give you an official assessment of its condition and authenticity, which is crucial when it comes to selling or auctioning a rare coin. The higher the grade and the clearer the error, the more your coin is likely to fetch on the market. Many serious collectors only buy coins that have been professionally graded, so getting your coin certified could be the key to unlocking its full value. Collectors all over the world are actively looking for the 2005 Kansas quarter, especially the error varieties, and prices have been rising steadily as more people discover the coin's hidden potential. Recent auctions have shown that these coins, when found in pristine condition and bearing one of the known minting errors, can reach incredible values that most people would never expect from a simple 25-cent piece. These aren't just coins, they're pieces of modern history with a story, a mistake, and a legacy that collectors can't get enough of. One of the most talked about sales involved a Kansas quarter in near-perfect condition, featuring the iconic "In God We Rust" error combined with an off-center strike, which shocked the numismatic world when it sold for an incredible $60,000. That's right, $60,000 for a coin that originally cost just 25 cents. It's proof that treasure still exists in the most unexpected places, and it's a reminder to always check your change, your old coin jars, and even those coin rolls from the bank. So if you've ever come across a 2005 Kansas State quarter, take a moment to really examine it. You could be holding something truly special. And if you've already found one with an error, or you suspect your coin might be rare, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your story, answer your questions, or help you identify what you've got. This channel is all about connecting collectors, sharing knowledge, and uncovering the hidden gems that others overlook. Third expensive coin, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating pieces of American currency, the United States of America New Hampshire State Quarter, released in the year 2000. This coin may seem like just another piece of pocket change, but hidden among the millions are rare and valuable variations that have made collectors sit up and pay attention. So don't blink, because what looks like an ordinary 25-cent coin could actually be worth a small fortune if you know what to look for. The New Hampshire quarter was the 9th coin released in the legendary 50-state quarters program, a series that captured the imagination of Americans and coin lovers all over the world. The design pays tribute to the state's proud motto, "Live Free or Die," along with a striking image of the natural rock formation known as the Old Man of the Mountain. This iconic granite profile, once perched high in the White Mountains, symbolized the rugged spirit and independence of New Hampshire's people. And even though the RARE formation collapsed in 2003, the coin keeps its legacy alive forever. But here's where things get really exciting. While millions of these coins were minted and circulated throughout the country, a small number were struck with rare and valuable errors that make them incredibly desirable in today's collector market. These aren't just coins, they are treasures that have slipped through the cracks of the U.S. Mint, and they are now being hunted by collectors who know just how rare they really are. One of the most talked about errors found on the 2000 New Hampshire quarter is the dramatic off-center strike. This occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to be shifted noticeably to one side. These off-center errors can range in severity, but the most valuable ones are those where the design is significantly misaligned while the date and important details remain clearly visible. That combination of rarity and legibility makes them worth serious money to the right buyer. Another major error that adds serious value is the double die. This error happens when the die used to stamp the coin's design strikes it twice at slightly different angles, creating a noticeable doubling effect on elements like the text or details of the rock formation. Collectors absolutely love double die coins because they're easy to spot, visually unique, and extremely rare, especially when found on coins in mint or uncirculated condition. If you have a New Hampshire quarter with doubling in the words, "Live Free or Die," or in the mountain lines, you could be holding something very special. Let's not forget the clipped planchet errors that have been discovered on some 2000 New Hampshire quarters. A clipped planchet happens when the blank metal disc that becomes a coin is not properly cut, leaving a curved section missing from the edge of the coin. These kinds of errors are highly collectible because they represent a striking visual flaw and are difficult to come by, especially in this particular state quarter. When combined with high-grade preservation, they can drive the coin's value way up. So, how can you identify if your New Hampshire quarter from 2000 is one of these rare gems? First, take a good look at your coin in natural light or under a magnifying glass. Look for signs of doubling in the text or design, especially around the Old Man of the Mountain, the motto, and the year. Examine the edges to see if there are any irregularities like clips or off-center strikes. If something doesn't look quite right, it might be worth having your coin evaluated by a professional grading service. Coins that are confirmed to have errors and are preserved in excellent condition can skyrocket in value. collectors today are becoming more and more passionate about state quarters, especially those with minting errors or unique traits. The New Hampshire quarter stands out because of its powerful symbolism, its connection to a natural wonder that no longer exists, and the remarkable errors that have surfaced over the years. Auction houses and private sales have seen dramatic bidding wars over these quarters, especially when they are graded highly or showcase the rare error types we've talked about. The market is hot, and the demand is growing with every passing year. In one notable auction, a 2000 New Hampshire quarter with a strong off-center strike and preserved in mint condition drew intense bidding and finally sold for a jaw-dropping total of $89,000. That's right, $89,000 for a quarter that originally cost just 25 cents. This isn't a rumor, this isn't hype, it's a real sale that proves how valuable these coins can be when the right rarity meets the right condition, so the next time you're sorting through your loose change or coin collection, pay close attention to those 2000 New Hampshire quarters. Look for the signs we talked about: doubling, misalignment, clipped planchets, and don't hesitate to get your coin appraised if you think you've found something rare. These coins are more than just currency, they are pieces of history, pieces of art, and for some lucky collectors, a golden opportunity wrapped in silver and copper. We'd love to hear from you if you've ever come across a New Hampshire quarter with unusual features, or if you think you might have one of these rare and valuable coins in your collection. Drop a comment below and tell us your story, share your photos, or ask questions. Our community is filled with passionate coin collectors just like you, and we're always excited to help each other out. Especially, we're going to explore one of the most legendary coins from the State Quarter series, the United States of America Connecticut State Quarter, released in the memorable year of 1999. This isn't just a regular coin you flip into a parking meter, it could be the very piece hiding in your pocket that collectors are hunting for day and night. So grab your coin jars, take a close look at your quarters, and get ready to learn how this beautiful piece of American history could be worth far more than you ever imagined. The Connecticut State Quarter was the fifth coin issued in the 50 State Quarters program, which began in 1999 and quickly became one of the most beloved coin series ever released by the U.S. Mint. What makes the Connecticut Quarter instantly recognizable is its breathtaking design of the Charter Oak, a massive, historic tree that stood in Hartford, Connecticut, and symbolized the state's spirit of independence and resistance. The tree is deeply rooted in the story of American freedom, and it was chosen as the perfect emblem to represent Connecticut's proud place in our nation's history. While millions of these quarters were struck and released into circulation across the country, a small number of them carry secret details, rare minting errors that have skyrocketed their value in today's booming coin market. These aren't just minor imperfections, they're one-of-a-kind traits that make collectors pay top dollar for the privilege of owning something truly unique. And believe me, the 1999 Connecticut Quarter has some jaw-dropping varieties that have become the stuff of legend in the numismatic world. One of the most talked about and sought-after errors found on this coin is the double die. This stunning error occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die but slightly misaligned, causing a doubling of the design elements. On the Connecticut Quarter, this doubling can be seen in the text, particularly around Connecticut, the Charter Oak, or even the year 1999. If you see any signs of this doubling, especially under magnification, you could be looking at a high-value coin. These double die errors are rare and visually impressive, which is why collectors go crazy for them. Another incredible error associated with the 1999 Connecticut Quarter is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't centered properly during the minting process, causing part of the design to shift dramatically to one side. Some of these quarters can be found with as much as 10% to 20% of the image missing, yet the date and key details still visible. These off-center errors are always in high demand because they offer a clear, striking mistake that proves the coin is something extraordinary, and we can't forget the famous clipped planchet error, where a portion of the coin is literally missing due to a miscut in the metal blank before it struck. Imagine having a Connecticut Quarter with a perfect curve clipped out of the edge. That's not damage, that's a minting error, and it's exactly what collectors pay a premium to own. When these clipped planchets are combined with high condition, uncirculated or mint state, the coin's value rises dramatically. Now, how do you know if your Connecticut Quarter is one of these rare and valuable versions? It's all about careful inspection and attention to detail. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the lettering for signs of doubling. Check the alignment of the image and edges of the coin for signs of off-center strikes. And don't forget to examine the edge of the coin for any unusual clips or cuts. Even the smallest difference could mean the coin in your hand is a rare treasure waiting to be discovered. Collectors and auction houses across the country are always on the lookout for Connecticut quarters with verified mint errors, especially in pristine condition. And as interest in state quarters continues to grow, the demand for these rarities is only increasing. Many coin enthusiasts are starting to revisit their old collections and recheck their coins from the 1999 series, knowing that certain versions of the Connecticut quarter have already made headlines and history. One of the most astonishing cases involved a 1999 Connecticut state quarter that featured a strong double die error and was preserved in near-perfect condition. It stunned collectors when it sold at auction for an unbelievable price of $95,000. Yes, you heard that right, a simple 25-cent coin turned into a treasure worth $95,000. That kind of life-changing value is not just a fantasy, it's real, and it has happened before, which is why collectors are constantly searching and rechecking every detail. So the next time you come across a Connecticut quarter from 1999, don't just toss it aside. Examine it closely and treat it with care. You could be holding a piece of numismatic history with a rare error that makes it worth more than most people would ever expect. These coins are a shining example of how a small piece of change can become a gateway into a world of discovery, collecting, and even serious financial reward. We want to hear from you. Have you ever found a Connecticut quarter that looks a little different? Have you spotted doubling, strange edges, or odd misalignments? Share your stories in the comments below, and don't forget to ask questions or show your coin photos if you're curious about something in your collection. Our amazing coin community is here to help, and you might just discover that your coin is more valuable than you ever thought. Last unique coin, we're about to uncover the incredible story of a modern quarter that's turning heads in the collecting world, the United States of America State Quarter Dollar featuring Cumberland Gap, released in 2016 as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This coin is a perfect blend of history, artistry, and rare minting surprises that have made it one of the most exciting discoveries in the hands of collectors today. So stick around, because what looks like an ordinary 25-cent coin could be hiding a value beyond your wildest expectations. The Cumberland Gap quarter celebrates a landmark that played a key role in America's westward expansion, the Cumberland Gap National Historical Park, located where Kentucky, Virginia, and Tennessee meet. The design is stunning, showing a frontiersman standing with a rifle, gazing out across the gap toward the wilderness beyond, with the phrase, "First doorway to the West," proudly inscribed. It's a powerful tribute to the pioneers who helped shape the American frontier, and it instantly caught the attention of history lovers and collectors alike when it was released. But what truly sets this coin apart isn't just its beautiful design or its patriotic symbolism, it's the hidden minting errors and rare variations that have turned some of these quarters into highly valuable collector's items. These unique flaws are not mistakes to be overlooked, they are treasures that make your coin different from the rest, and in the world of coin collecting, being different is everything. The rarer the error, the higher the demand, and that's what's pushing the Cumberland Gap quarter to the top of many collectors' wish lists. One of the most exciting errors associated with the 2016 Cumberland Gap quarter is the double die error, an incredible minting flaw where the design or lettering is struck twice, slightly misaligned, creating a bold and noticeable doubling effect. Imagine looking at your quarter and seeing the words, Cumberland Gap, or First Doorway to the West, appear doubled or shadowed. That's not wear or damage, that's a true minting error that could make your coin incredibly valuable. Collectors are especially interested in double die errors that are visible without magnification, and the Cumberland Gap quarter has some excellent examples of this. Another valuable error to look for is the off-center strike, which occurs when the blank coin isn't properly aligned inside the press, causing the image to be struck off-center. In some rare cases, part of the design is completely cut off, while other details are squeezed to one side, a visual oddity that makes these coins stand out in any collection. Off-center errors are easy to recognize and always in high demand, especially if the coin's date and mint mark remain visible, which proves its authenticity and increases its worth. Let's not forget the ever-elusive die cracks and cuds, tiny raised lines or blobs of metal that appear when a minting die starts to break or deteriorate during production. These natural imperfections are caused by wear on the minting equipment, and they can add significant value when found in the right spots. On the Cumberland Gap quarter, these die breaks can sometimes be seen along the rim, through the design, or across the text, making for a highly unique and collectible coin. The more prominent the die break, the more attention it gets from serious collectors, so how can you spot one of these valuable quarters? First, take your time and closely examine the coin under a good light or use a magnifying glass to check for doubling in the text, unusual markings, or any strange shifting in the design. Pay attention to areas around the frontiersman's rifle, the facial features, and the inscriptions. Even a small difference can mean a big leap in value. If you think you've found something unusual, it's always a smart idea to get the coin evaluated by a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC, where experts can certify the error and condition of your coin, unlocking its full market potential. The buzz around the Cumberland Gap quarter has only grown in recent years, with collectors sharing their discoveries on social media, auction platforms, and coin forums. This coin's combination of a historically rich design and the increasing appearance of rare varieties has made it one of the most talked about modern quarters in circulation today. Auction houses have reported impressive results for certified error coins from the America the Beautiful series, and Cumberland Gap is now firmly on the radar of savvy investors and passionate collectors alike. In fact, one extraordinary Cumberland Gap quarter featuring a dramatic double die and off-center strike, graded in mint state condition, stunned the numismatic world when it sold in a private auction for an incredible $35,000. Yes, that's right, $35,000 for a single quarter. That's the magic of rare coins. They can turn up in pocket change, in forgotten drawers, or hidden in old coin rolls from the bank, just waiting for the right person to recognize their true value. So don't underestimate the coins you come across every day, especially modern quarters like the Cumberland Gap 2016 issue. What might seem like an ordinary coin could be a hidden gem worth thousands, and all it takes is a curious eye and a little knowledge to uncover it. Be sure to inspect every detail, compare your coins carefully, and share your discoveries with fellow collectors, because you never know when the next big treasure will reveal itself in your hands. We want to hear from you. Have you found a Cumberland Gap quarter with unusual features? Do you think you might have one of these rare error coins? Drop a comment below and tell us your story. If you're unsure about your coin, send us a question or share a photo. We love helping our growing community of collectors uncover the hidden secrets in their change. Thanks for joining us on another incredible journey into the world of rare and valuable coins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another coin discovery that could change your life. Until next time, keep your eyes open, keep collecting, and may your next coin be worth $35,000.